This video review is being brought to you by PrimeToys.net. PrimeToys.net, where you can get your collector grade toys for not the collector grade prices. PrimeToys.net. And I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. Hey guys, your friend Don, I'm here once again with you to do another video review. And as you can see, we're going to look at the first of the basically the protected bot wave of the Combiner Wars from Transformers Streetwise, Deluxe class Streetwise at that. As you can see, this is everything we have here that comes with Streetwise, aside from the instruction sheet, of course. But I'm going to do things a little differently for my Deluxe class reviews. Nothing different, real major, just a little way basically the way I'm going to put them in order. And the order I'm doing these in is by the comic books. And how I mean by the comic books, as you can see, as you know, on all these, they come with a, let me raise this up just a bit. They come with a comic book, you know, all the Deluxes do. And with this one, as you can see, it's a nice image of Streetwise here in his robot form. It's a Hasbro exclusive cover of IDW. And as always on these is a reprint of a current issue. And this is a reprint of Transformers Robots in Disguise, issue number 33. Now, the main reason I'm doing it this way because, as I said, these are reprints. So what I'm going to do with these Deluxes is I'm going to try and do them in order as the comics show. So basically, there's going to be this one, and then whichever the next figure that has issue 34 is going to be my next review, and so on. Because they actually did sequentially put them into a timeline order from the series in the the IDW books. Which 33, I'm not going to go full detail on this, as you can see, but this is actually where Wheeljack comes back, basically wakes up and comes back, and Starscream tries to get him to help him rebuild Superion on Cybertron. But it's a good issue. It's really good for what's on Wheeljack's mind and everything. But on the back, as you can see here, we have a little, basically, psychiatric screen report on Streetwise by Rung. Great image, nice image here of the figure and everything. Of course, again, on the inside cover, or excuse me, the inside back cover, we have basically the Ondesk Genesis design phase of Streetwise, where we have the sketch phase, the gray model, and the finished product in like a label sheet, basically form and all, which is all really good. I have to admit, I do like these in this. But that's basically it for the comic itself. As I said before, I don't want to go into full detail on these. I'm going to do reviews on these, so be sure to check out later on as when I get up to this level or this number issue in the IDW books. But let's get into looking at Streetwise himself here. As you see, you have, of course, Streetwise, and you have his accessories. His accessories, of course, include the hand-foot accessory, which, a special note on this, if you did not know, Streetwise is a repaint, remold of the Dead End mold from the Stunticons. Not much real difference between them, aside, of course, from him being white, and you having the searchlights and this little piece up here, and of course having the police logo and everything on here. And of course he also has the new head for Streetwise and everything. But it basically, that's all it is really to it. The weapon hand accessory is basically the same thing, only painted black instead of purple. And of course this is a different color as well, but it's still basically the same thing. Same type of weapon, whichever one you describe it, a double barrel blaster, or whichever way you want to put this as. But still, it's basically the exact same as Streetwise, or excuse me, as Dead End, which also was used in his Breakneck, aka Wild Rider. And I do believe this is going to be reused again. The same mold will be used again for Prowl, and quite possibly, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe they use these again. I could be mistaken on this. I can't remember right off the top of my head. I think the new set for the female combiner team of Victorion, I do believe they use this mold again in one of the two cars, because it does have one vehicle mode, or one body, of course, and then it has two cars and two helicopters. And I do believe this is being used for one of the cars. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it is. Again, I can't be sure which one that one's being used for, or which character. And then, of course, you have his weapon accessory, which is a nice, really nice looking double, or it's a double barrel. It's actually a triple barrel shotgun. At least that's what it looks like to me. It's really cool. Of course, as you can see here in the front, you got the 3 barrels. Real nice detail work. Got the little scope up here. Basically, this area for the, I guess you can, this is like the main part of the gun here, but it's still very, very cool. I do like this one. But as for the accessories and the Streetwise, as you can see, Streetwise, as I said, is a remold of Dead End. So he basically has the same areas to him as like the others. He has 3 little 5mm peg holes, one on each side, right there, and there, and here on the top, which of course you can use to plug in his accessories. Like this foot accessory, you can plug in right up here on top. Pull that up. That actually doesn't look too bad on there at all. And then you can also peg in the shotgun here on the peg hole on the side, which again, that's not too bad either. But I kind of do think it looks, if you're going to display them like this, I kind of think it looks a little bit better with the gun on top like so, without the accessory. But it's not too bad. And you can also, if you really want to, it does have the peg hole in the back where you can put that there if you want as well. Though it does kind of hinder rolling a little bit, as you can see. So, but rolling wise, rolls really, really well. Not a problem at all. But enough of this. Let's get into the transformation. And with referencing the G1 mold figure of this, of Streetwise, of course, Streetwise, or these guys also, as always, have 3 different molds. They have the leg mode, the arm mode, and 4 modes with the vehicle mode, but and the robot mode. Streetwise in the original G1 was, of course, a leg. He was actually the left leg of Defensor. So we're going to go ahead and transform him into his leg mode, which is how I'm going to have him displayed in my collection. To do so, it's real simple. It's just like Dead End. It is kind of tricky because of my nail. I don't have any nails here to pop this out. Well, I guess I did there. But your first step is to, of course, take this front end here, the front windshield, and you want to slide it back. Now, note here, mine is real stiff, so it's going to take me a little effort. I have to really work on this guy to get it worked out. Well, actually, it looks like he's going to do it a little bit easier. You have this red piece here, which is a double hinge. You have a hinge here, and then you have a hinge up here. All you simply have to do is, with me, I have to put a little bit more effort into it because it's still so stiff. You see how it, it'll bend back here, and then you bend it, the whole front end of the fender back, or front end of the engine block, and all this basically up here, back to above the roof lights here and all. You would then take bring his foot, his hand accessory, straighten it out, and you just peg it into the bottom of the peg hole, like so. And last but not least, you'll want to raise this combiner port up, straighten it out, and there he is, Streetwise in his leg mode. As I said, this is how mine's going to display because in G1 he was the left leg for Defensor. A lot of people, this is how he's supposed to be in the Combiner Wars, but as always, the G1 he was this way, which doesn't look too shabby. It don't. I kind of hate the big hole here for it. That kind of throws it off to me. That's why I kind of prefer it this way. It doesn't have as much, open hole or anything in the back there to see. So, but all in all, it's still a great look for him. But let's go ahead and convert him into his robot form, which all you do from here is you, of course, unpeg the accessory. We'll set that aside. Turn this back around. You'll want to slide the combiner port back down. And starting off at the bottom, all you basically do is unpeg this back section, like so, which I'm doing it the wrong way, of course. But you slide these down. After you open the back end of the car up, you see how I've gotten this where I basically pull it down to this point, because this is basically his shin area, knee joint basically here. You'll close this back up, pegging it back together, and do the same on this side, which I'm doing it the wrong way. I want to open it from the back, but I keep forgetting you got to do it from the front, which is my fault. You'll swing this around like so, straighten the knee out like so, and you see how it bends it right into the point there, and close it back up. Next step, you want to reach up here in the upper body. You just pull these out like so. You can raise this up, and right here, as you see, is his fist. Just basically gotta ratchet it out a little bit. Do the same on this side. You see the joint is right there is really tight. Next, go ahead and rotate here at the waist, swivel that all the way around, just to bring his, his groin back and straighten it out. Right up here, turn this around so you can see it better. You want to grab this section here, which is basically the bottom of the engine block area. You'll flip this down. You'll actually raise, it's actually a little easier just to raise this up just a hair, just to help straighten it out some. Get the arms out of the way there. You see how you bring this port down. There's actually another double ratchet right there, or not double hinge right there. Bring this port down to cover basically the top. And you have two little pegs right here and here, which will peg right into this chest port. As you can see, mine's not gonna. I gotta work with it a little bit because of the way the ratchet is. Mine being so tight. There we go. That actually helps it out some. And it pegs right in. And then I gotta ratchet him back. Come on now. The hinge just doesn't want to work with me today for some reason. It wants to fight me. There we go. I forgot about that being flipping back. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Of course, when you bring this, as I said, I was actually finding the double hinge when it's just this. You have a swivel action bit here where you take the front end of the car and you just basically rotate it back and down onto his back. So I was actually trying to rotate it wrong. That's my fault. And there he is, Streetwise in his robot form. Not too shabby at all. It looks really good. Very nice head sculpt, as you can see there. Basically the same, as I said, it's the same mold as Dead End and Breakneck. Just differences is just, paint and a different head. Of course, and having the police and the roof lights and everything on it. Which, as I said before, this is going to be remolded into Prowl. So probably basically the same body, just have a different head for Prowl. We can bring in his shotgun here, and you can just peg it in right here to that hole and into his fist, and you can actually swivel his arms around a little bit and kind of get him to, like, not really, you can't really hold it because there's not another peg hole there, but you can kind of get him like he's pumping it out, for a pump action shotgun, which ain't too bad. Nice look to him. But let's get into the articulation. We'll just get this gun out of the way for a moment. As you can see, the head is on a swivel, so you can kind of turn it around. Though the way that the head is designed, it does have a little blockage there with this swivel here, or this ratchet, hinge joint back in here. So that does kind of hinder it some. It's just because the width of the head. The shoulders do have this move from the ball joint. You can't swivel it all the way around. And also right below the shoulder, it has a hinge there where you can swivel that around. It has the bend in the elbow, which is good too. No articulation really in the fingers or swivel in the fingers, but you do have the, from transformation, does have that. Waist articulation will raise his arms up just to get more clearance. As you saw, it does rotate all the way around, mostly for the transformation. The hips, you have the ball joint there to be able to swivel it up and down and around. Does have the swivel here right below the hip to swivel the leg all the way around, and he does have the knee articulation there, which is great. No feet, so no foot articulation at all. But still not too shabby for Streetwise. Now, lastly, we're going to get into his transformation for his arm mode, which isn't not much different from this. All you do basically is you'll want to start here. You'll swivel this down, straighten that out. You'll then will peg his feet back together, and that's basically most of the mode right there. Next step is you want to fold his fist back in like so, and like so. You can rotate his arms. Some people like to do it like so. I've seen people with their defense sword with his arms folded up like so to do it, but it kind of does hinder this. I find it's easier just to go ahead and peg it all back in and just kind of rotate it like so. This is actually the way you're supposed to. Just kind of straighten the arm back up and fold it back into his body a little bit at an angle. Do so on this side. Next, you're going to rotate this back around just like you did for his foot mode. You unpeg it, rotate his head. Well, can't really rotate his head. I'm used to that on the other one. You want to fold that back up and double hinge it back, and this thing's going to fight me again because I gotta work this stiffness out of it. There we go. Fold his upper body back, and then get his combiner port out. And depending on which way you want to do this for his right arm or left arm, considering he's the left leg, we'll just go ahead and make him a left leg for now, or excuse me, his left arm. Which basically, you know, all you do is like rotate the waist like so. You can do it this way if you're going to do it for the left arm. And if you're going to do it for the right arm, basically just have it turned around like so. I mean, it's not that big either way. I mean, but there you go. We'll set this down, and we'll bring his hand-foot accessory. You'll want to, of course, pull his fingers out there. There we go. Rotate this down and around. There's your hand. And you just peg it in right here to this peg hole here, and that's it. That is Streetwise in his arm form, or arm mode. So, you know, combiners being what they are, being basically four mode bots, and being you know, Scramble City and everything being Scramble City bots, basically where any of them can combine with any other combiner. It's still really cool. I mean, the arm mode is kind of nice. I kind of wish they could have done something up here with the arms. Just to kind of make them just a little like with that end. I mean, you can fold it down like so, and it does look better. And you still get the same bit of swivel, but you know, you won't have full upper body deal. You kind of get it all the way up. Where if you do it like this, you do have it just a little bit different of a bend. You know, that much. Like I'll show you this way. This is. And I'm pushing his head out. You see how it blocks, kind of hinders that going up. Where if you have it like so, it doesn't hinder it as much. But if you're just going for display purposes, setting it like so would be fine. I mean, it makes it look cleaner and everything. So it's your own personal preference how you prefer to have it. But let's go ahead and switch him back to his robot form before we end this video. Of course, real easy. As we did, we just unpegged the combiner, the hand from his body. We separate his feet back out. We want to rotate the exhaust. Basically, the exhaust pipe is what I consider it. Back around. Rotate his waist back to the front. Raise his arms back up. Bring his hands back out. Lower the combiner port down, and we'll just rotate this back up and around. I'm on hinge. I really gotta work on this, guys. It's so freaking tight. Bring that down, peg that back in, and bring the roof back. There we go. Or excuse me, the bumper back. And we have Streetwise back in robot form. Very cool figure. He's actually one of my top picks of the Defensor set. Because I do like this mold. I think actually of all of them, I have to say Rook is my favorite. Streetwise would be a nice second place. And then First Aid and Blades. But still, you know, it's really cool, nice mold. Now, where can I get this, you might ask? Well, of course, you can get your local store, but you can also go to Transformers, to primetoys.net, and you can pick them up there, and you can use the transmissions code to get a little percentage off of your order there. I will have links, of course, below to where you can get your own at primetoys.net, and check out the Transmissions podcast, who are also sponsored by Prime Toys, where you can get your transmissions code, put it in there, and get your discount off on your order. But as always, guys, I will also post links to my Twitter, my Instagram, and my email, where you can email me, tweet me, or follow me on Instagram. But check me out there. Lastly, guys, this is as always, please like, comment, and share this video. Even done so already, please subscribe. And as always, guys, it's Don about saying thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.